Oh, guys, we got another thing going on with a big named artist that's like in Japan. He's a mangaka. His name is Hisashi Eguchi, and he was recently accused of plagiarism by a model. I want to kind of go over what I found on an article, and then we'll talk about a little bit on what's going to be on Twitter about it. So let's look at this. Now, this just happened yesterday. It says the renowned mangaka Hisashi Eguchi at the center of a controversy after being accused of plagiarism. The artist known as Susume, Pirates and Stop, Hibari-kun, was singled out for using someone else's photograph as the basis for one of his promotional illustrations. As you can see right here, these two are very similar. Like, the only reason, ooh, man, it's like pretty much the same. Like, it's even like a little bit, like, look at that. Her hair is even split in the same way, like right there. And the difference between this and this is that the edge of her nose goes down and her lips is a little bit up, but and her lip comes a little bit up more and her nose goes a little bit up here. That's really the only difference. I know, the thing is I know in general this would be a fair use case, but at the same time, you can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just take it one for one. I've talked about this so many times. This bro shouldn't have been able to do this. Now, Tamaki Kanai noticed a strong resemblance between the photo of herself and the illustration created by Eguchi to promote the Chuo Line Cultural Festival 2025 event scheduled for October 19th. Kanai contacted the artist to clarify the situation, and Eguchi confirmed that he had used his image as a reference, claiming to have his consent. However, his explanation on Twitter did not convince the public. Ooh, Lord. So he's done this in the past. Here's another one. This one just looks like a fucking trace to me. This looks like just a trace. This dude be tracing. Like, even the hair is similar. You have to do it different, bro. You have to do it different. You can't just add glasses. Another user also claimed that Eguchi copied a photograph of himself for an advertising campaign for the eyewear brand Zoft. Although the artist has not responded to this new accusation, several followers have shared comparison between images and illustrations published, face the increased criticism of Eguchi in the deleted post from his account X without further statements. In general, I know that I have some young artists on here. What you see there, where you're just basically copying it one for one, you shouldn't be doing that, okay? You just can't do that and then try to sell it. It has to be different. You can't just do that. It really has to be different. You have to make it different enough so that people aren't able to find the original photo. And by different enough, meaning like the pose can be the same, but everything else should be different. Like, you shouldn't be able to find the source photo, is what I'm saying. Like, I've found the source photo before of some of my artists that I really, really like. And the thing that they drew and the thing that I found is so different that it would have been hard for me. Like, I found, what was it? Gret's Lucky. I found one of her sourced photos for her reference. And I also found another source reference, just on accident. I found it because I was on Pinterest. And like, these artists are well known to, like, you know, they do their work in a way where you shouldn't be able to find it. And that's how you should work. Like, the pose is totally fine for you to steal. I 100% agree. Steal the pose, but don't steal anything else. If they're wearing different clothes, you're gonna have to work that out, because it seems like this Hisashi person, the type of work he does is basically like normal clothes. Like, he likes the pose and he might like what the girl looks like or the guy looks like. So he just takes it. He doesn't really change that much about it. Like, here, we're gonna look at some of the stuff that was found on Twitter, actually. So I'm gonna save this so we can talk about it. So let's look at this. I mean, when you look at this, he just traced over the camera. Sure, he drew that top, but he also traced this. Like, it's even like, you could even see the line here and here. It's the same lines in the clothes. She even has the same toenails, the same pants, the same shoes. You can't do that. Like, the same thing over here, where she's not holding anything, but she's holding a purse instead of a bucket. She's wearing the same shoes, same pants. Like, you would be like, and her hair is even the same, and her earrings are the same. You would totally be able to find yourself, and someone be able to be like, oh, is this a photo of you? Like, look at this. What's the difference between this one and this one? Almost nothing. Almost nothing. He changed the top a little bit, but it's literally the same. It's literally the same. Like, it's just different colors. Like, I'm willing to give this one more of a pass, because this is going to sound really petty. Oh no, I can't, never mind, because he's wearing bracelets here and he's wearing bracelets in here. And he's using he's tracing because he's using the same fucking shadows too. Like look, you see the dark shadow here? You can actually see it here. I know. Ooh, hold on, let me do it. You can see it right here too. Look, there's that one, and there it is. And he even uses the same shadow for the pants and the jeans. So he's literally just taking it and doing a recolor. The only difference is that it has this top, and this looks like shit, okay? This looks like shit, bro. Like this neck looks like shit. And then we have this here with this girl. Look, she's already wearing Nike shoes. Like this person just traced over it. Just traced over it. Even drew her hair the same, except it's like down instead of the back being up. Like, of course people are gonna find themselves if you make no effort to like actually hide it. Like, did this jacket have to have the two little pockets here? Like here, did you have to draw that? You didn't have to draw that. You could have just left that out. You could have given her pants, actually. You had to give her skinny jeans. You could have drawn her without a hat. Is he incapable of drawing like that? Like he didn't even need this part here. He could have just actually hit her hand. Same with this one. Look, it doesn't even have a split there. No, it doesn't. So he drew her leg and drew the same thing and then drew headphones. That's it. But he drew everything else. It's plagiarism. It is. It's plagiarism. And here's some more of his works. Let's see. The thing is if he can draw the head from a different angle, why isn't he drawing different stuff? Why is he drawing the shoes the same? It just looks like he's tracing. Or I would admit to maybe that he's copying, like a one-for-one situation. Like these are the same. He just, is the color the same? No. This is black and this is dark blue and light blue over it. But essentially this is a trace. Bro, you trace this. You trace this. Stop tracing. Like what is this even? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys. The difference between this one and this one is that they just put a bottle of wine up on her mouth. Who even holds wine like this? Do you guys hold wine underneath it? And this is to sell makeup, obviously. But you know what it is? Okay, okay, listen. I know that someone is gonna be in my comments and be like, but Nimes, I do this. Okay, listen, I'm not talking about you, okay? And I'm gonna wait. I know someone's gonna do it. I do this, Nimes. It's me. Well, listen, I'm sorry if it's you, okay? But if you're a tracer, there's something about this thick line on the outside that just says, I traced it. I don't know what it is about it, but when I see the thick lines on the outside, like, they don't have it here. This person doesn't like to do line weight, clearly, but there's something about this guy's lines that say to me that he's a tracer. Like, do you guys see what I mean? Tracer. Dude's a tracer. And here's another one. Oh, look, the person actually put it over. Look, it's literally like one for one. It's literally one for one. I can't even tell where their lines start and this person's body begins. It's so the same. Like, he just did the lips different and the eyes a little bit different. The shoes seem traced as shoes pieced together to completion. Well, we don't know that. Like, people are here talking about in the comments how people are tracing 3D models. But the difference between tracing a 3D model and tracing someone's photograph is that a 3D model doesn't belong to anybody. It doesn't belong to anybody. Even though, even look here. If you actually look. Actually, no, hold on. Let me get it big. Okay, so if you look at how they craft it around it. Like, the hand is even bigger than their hand. They actually just trace over what's happening here. And they actually created two characters without 3D models. Like, I would, even if this is tracing, like, even if it is tracing, it doesn't matter because this doesn't belong to anybody. This is what I said. Like, if you guys are going to trace over photos, that's fine. I think it's fine to trace over the pose, but you can't trace over anything else. You can't trace over the clothing on the person. You can't trace over their shoes. Like, do not trace over anything else on the image if you're just tracing the pose, honestly. And it kind of sucks because it's like, the artist in question has been around since the 70s, and I feel like he should know better, but I also feel like there was not a world back then where it was easy to get those things, so he probably just used magazines a long time ago and then just drew what he saw in magazines. And I'm assuming that's what he did, because it seems very much like the thing. But what do? Do you guys trace poses? Do you guys just use the gesture. For me, I sometimes will, I don't really trace the pose, I gesture the pose that I see, and that's what I do. I never really just trace completely over anything directly. So I don't know, because I feel guilty of sometimes doing the gesture over someone else's pose because I feel like I took something from them. But at the same time, you really can't steal somebody's poses. And if they're like, oh my God, you traced my pose and you stole my pose, fuck off. All right. Because my artwork is going to look different than yours. And that's how I feel about everybody. Now, thank you guys for coming by. I know I have a lot of videos this week. I wanted to thank you guys for everything. Let's do the road to 15K if I can have it. That'd be really, really freaking awesome. And please support my Patreon. I've shifted around the stuff on there, so you guys can maybe like it if you like it and not like it if you don't. But it would be really cool if I could get some more people over there to support my dreams in this channel. And please subscribe or else. And if you watched it all the way, you can post, let's see, what are we going to do today? We'll be using the cheese for this one, the cheese. So if you made it to the end, cheese. And if not, it is okay if you just have a question. I will see you guys later. Bye.